Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam. So after describing what the self is really, who I am really, and who I am really, I am not the senses, I am not the mind also. Why? All of them are the seeing, the drishya. I am the seer. And what is the seer? The consciousness. What is its nature? It doesn't have any modification whatsoever. Na udeti, na astam eti, na vriddhim yati na kshayam. And it is of the nature of consciousness, therefore it is self-luminous. And that's how we are all aware, I am. And being of the nature of consciousness, it illumines the mind. It illumines everything. So this much we saw. Then afterwards, that's okay, this is consciousness, that's fine. But who is that who's experiencing the waking dream and deep sleep state and going through the ups and downs there? Consciousness is illumining. But who's experiencing? Going through its joys and sorrows. So, to answer this question, the author builds a topic. How does he build the topic? First he says, let's see how does the mind first become sentient. The mental stuff, how does it become sentient? There is the reflection of consciousness in the mental stuff. Because the mental stuff is made up of sattva. Those who have studied some amount of Vedanta will know that the physical world is made up of tamas. The prana and all are made up of rajas. The mind is made up of sattva. Even though all are matter, the mind stuff being made up of sattva is capable of holding that reflection. Even though the presence of existence, consciousness is everywhere, Yet there is a special manifestation of it in the mental stuff. And that special manifestation is called as the reflection of consciousness, cicchāyā. Chit, cicchāyā. Chit is consciousness, cicchāyā is reflection of consciousness. This mental stuff also has got a two functional difference. It's of two types based on its functionality. Function 1 is the karta, and that thought of that karta nature is called ahankriti. Then there is another aspect of the mental thoughts, and that is what? That is not the karta, but that gets things done for the karta, and hence it is called karana. So one is ahankara or ahankriti, another is manas, buddhi and chitta. So this manas, buddhi, chitta, he calls it as karana or antakarana. And this karta, he calls it as ahankriti. So this is the terminology he is providing. So ahankriti and karana or antakarana. Why do you call antakarana inner instrument? Because senses and all are outer instrument. Therefore this is called as inner instrument. Alright, so the reflection of consciousness falls on the mental stuff and enlivens, invigorates it to function. And what are the functions? The functions are twofold. But then he says, look, when the consciousness falls on the mental stuff, the ahankriti and this reflection of consciousness, they become inextricably one. Like how what? Like what? Taptaya pinda. Like the iron ball, like the red hot iron ball. Fire, iron ball comes together and they become one. So fire gets a shape and the iron ball becomes effulgent. Pure consciousness gets a shape. Fire has no shape. Pure consciousness now gets a shape. And the thought has no effulgence, but the thought now becomes effulgent. So that's how we have I at the level of the mind. When I say I, Advayananda, whom am I referring to? I am referring to the I at the level of the mind. How has consciousness slipped to the level of mind? This is the way. Reflection. This is also called the individual I. One is the pure I, next is the individual I. And the individual I, we give it a term jiva also. Okay. Well, that topic he himself is going to elaborate, so I'm not going to go into that. So this is how I is seen at the level of the mind. Okay, now you've explained how the mind becomes sentient. Now please tell, how does the body become sentient and how do we feel the sense of I also in the body? We feel a sense of I in the mind? Yes, this is how it happened. And in that mind also we have an I thought. How did the thought get the I? Thought got the I because I got reflected in it, and that thought and that consciousness became inextricably. What is another word I can use for inextricably? Without being possible to differentiate. You can't differentiate it. They both have become so one, so closely one that you can't divide them. Like that they have become together. Okay, but how does the body become sentient? The body becomes sentient because the body is associated with this I thought, which is it's a powerhouse of sentiency and a powerhouse of consciousness now, because of the reflection of consciousness. And the body getting associated with it, the body also becomes sentient. The body is associated with the mental stuff. The whole mental stuff has got that reflection of consciousness. But that I thought has got the highest concentration of that consciousness, if you want to put. Sometimes the example given is, bucket with water, sun getting reflected. The whole water has got that reflection of the sun, but the top layer is super lit, is it not? In the same way. Okay. So in this way, now explaining the mental stuff and the presence of consciousness in it, and the mental stuff being twofold. What are the twofold? Ahankriti and karana. Yes? Now, focusing upon the ahankriti. Focusing upon the ahankriti. Already the ahankriti focus has started. The body associated with the ahankriti becomes sentient. Yes. Alright. This ahankriti thus has got three connections. What are the three connections? One, it is associated with the reflection of consciousness. Two, it is associated with the body. And three, it claims for itself to be the actual self. Three connections. Is it not? Can you please tell me what are the three connections? Connection one, association with reflection of consciousness. Can you use a Sanskrit word for that? Cicchāyā first. And second is what? Association with the body. And third is what? Association with the pure consciousness. What do you mean, Swamiji, associated with pure consciousness? It claims for itself to be the self. That is the association. It claims, it arrogates the selfhood. Actually, I am pure consciousness only. But now what has happened? This ahankriti claims to be the pure consciousness, claims to be me. These are the three associations. Okay? Now, that is the verse we are reading. We read it once, so we will all read it, this verse together. What is the verse number we are reading? Verse number 8. Okay? Ahankārasya tādātmyam
cicchāyā-deha-sākshibhih sahajam karmajam bhrānti janyam cha trividham kramāt.
All right. Ahankārasya. What is the word for ahankara? Ahankriti. Same only. Ahankara, ahankriti, masculine, feminine, that's all. Ahankārasya. For this ahankara, tādātmyam, identification, sense of connection, sense of oneness, sambandha. Connection is with what? Cicchāyā. Number one. Second, deha, body. Third, sakshi. Is it not? Can you see that word? Cicchāyā-deha-sākshibhih. With. Bihi is with. So, the connection of the ahankara is with cicchāyā, reflection of consciousness first, body 2, and with Sakshi 3. Now, very nicely, he provides a name for that. Now, a naming ceremony is there. And why is he naming this way? He names it in a particular way so that we can understand the nature of the connection also. A name is perfect when it tells perfectly what it is. Washington, what do you understand? What do you understand? Tons of washing powder are required. Just telling. But you see the word Pankaja. It tells you what it is. It comes from that muddy water. Is it not? I'm not going to divert myself to names and all those things. But you see, a name should communicate excellently what it is. Then it is a true name. Okay, now he gives name for the 3 connections. First connection he calls sahaja. What is the first connection? The connection of the ahankāra with cicchāyā. What is that name of the connection? Sahaja. Sahaja sambandha or sahaja tādātmyam. Tādātmya sambandha means association, connection. Natural. Okay, we'll explain later what it is. Second connection. What is the second connection? Between ahankāra and the body. That is called as what? Karmaja. Karmaja. See, everywhere you will find that ja will be there. Sahaja. So you must keep in your mind, there's a ja coming. Ja means what? Born. Karmaja. Karmaja, born from karma. Third, bhrāntija. Bhrāntija, bhrānti janyam. Ja, janyam means same only. Born. Born from bhrānti. Bhrānti, born from non-understanding. Born from not discriminating, not differentiating. Born from ignorance. Born from aviveka. Right? So, connection 1 is what? Sahaja. Connection 2 is what? Karmaja. Connection 3 is what? Bhrāntija. So, Swamiji, you said connection between ahankāra and reflection of consciousness is sahaja. Meaning what? Sahayeva jayate. Utpatti kale sahayeva jayate. Swamiji, please translate. When the ahankāra is born, it is born along with this reflection of consciousness. When the ahankāra has got utpatti, birth. When the ahankāra is born, what happens? Along with it, the reflection of consciousness is also there in it. And along with it, they are together. It is not that ahankāra is born and after 10 minutes, the reflection of consciousness falls on it, and then they become one, and then they become inextricably mixed, like what? Taptaya pinda, like the hot iron ball. It's not like that. The very moment it comes to existence, that very moment, along with it, is a reflection of consciousness. Is it not our experience? The first thought which comes when we wake up is what? The I thought. You cannot say the first thought I get when I wake up is what is the time. No. First you are, and then you ask what is the time. The first thought, I thought comes up, is it not? It's experience of all of us, I. The last thought which goes to sleep is also I. That's the last. The I thought ends the last when you go to sleep, and the I thought wakes up first. And when this I thought is there, at that very time when the I thought arises, the I-ness is also there in the thought. And where does the I-ness come from? The I-ness has come from the reflection of consciousness, is it not? Can you have a I thought without the I? No. And that is why sahajam jayate. Sahajam jayate means what? When it rises along with that reflection of consciousness without any time lag, time delay. Meaning what? Whenever the I thought is there, it has for its object the reflection of consciousness. It cannot be disassociated. It is natural and inherent for the I thought to have that reflection of consciousness imbued within it. Getting? So this word sahaja is translated little loosely as natural. But if you know Sanskrit, you will understand it is born along with it and therefore natural. It is with it. It's born along with it. Okay? So what is the first connection? The first connection is ahankara's association with the reflection of consciousness. And how is that connection? That connection is inherent to it. It's natural to it. It is born along with it. Now can I go to the next one? Yes, Swamiji. What is the next connection? Next connection is between ahankara and the body. What is it termed as? Karmaja. Why it is termed as karmaja? Because the body has to come to experience for the ahankara, in order for the ahankara to be connected with the body. Swamiji, say again. The body has to come to cognition. The body has to come to experience. The body has to come to perception. The body has to be there for the ahankara to be connected with the body. But Swamiji, body is always there. Who said? In dream, do you feel this body? No. In deep sleep, do you have this body? Meaning, do you experience this body? No. The body, the physical body has to come to the ken of cognition. The physical body has to come to awareness. Only then ahankara can get connected. Okay, Swamiji, that is fine. In dream, we don't experience this body. In deep sleep, of course, we don't experience any body and this body also. That is true. But what makes the body come to our experience? What makes the body come to our experience? The body comes to our experience when the karma, when the prarabdha karma fructifies, so that we experience the gross body and the gross world. Prarabdha karma has to wake up. Of course, the physical body we get by prarabdha karma only. Is it not? Which body you have is by the karma manifesting. The entire mass of karma that we have accumulated for lives and lives together is called sanchita karma. And from that sanchita karma, one packet manifests. Depending upon what packet manifests, we get that body. If a particular packet manifests which has to give you an ant body, then you will get an ant body. and a particular packet manifests which will give you a devata body, then you get a devata body. Animal body, bird body, human body, man body, woman body, sick body, healthy body. The body comes to existence because of the manifestation of karma. I am talking of the body's arrival. Even after the body arrives, in deep sleep state, the body is not available for identification. In dream state also, body is not available for identification. Is it not? What has happened in deep sleep? Prarabdha to experience the body, and through the body the external world goes to abeyance, goes to rest. Then what happens to this gross body? It's not available anymore. What happens to the gross world? Prarabdha to experience the gross world and gain joy and sorrow from it. Even body also gives joy and sorrow, yes or no? Oh yes, Swamiji, you don't have to tell that. The body also gives joy and sorrow by prarabdha. Through the body, we can experience the world outside also. Stula bhoga prada karma. What, Swamiji? Stula, gross, physical. Stula bhoga, experience of the physical. That prarabdha karma which has to provide us the experience of the body and the experience of the gross world. When the prarabdha karma wakes up, we experience the gross body and the waking world. And therefore, identification with the body has to be assisted by karma. Swamiji, I don't believe in it. Why? I explained so well. What is your problem? Swamiji, everything is fine. See, the point of body coming because of prarabdha is perfect. But you said no, in deep sleep. In deep sleep, what did you say? When prarabdha karma wakes up, then the body comes to our awareness and then the ahankāra identifies with it. That I don't agree. Why? You know how I get up every day from deep sleep? Not because of prarabdha karma waking up, because of the alarm. So what are you talking now? Prarabdha karma. See, alarm can only give you alarm, but getting up is because of prarabdha. Alarm. That is a different matter. You see, you can tell somebody is giving you pain. You can tell. It looks as though somebody is giving you pain and somebody gives you joy. Actually, it is your own prarabdha karma which comes through them. Many years back, I was in Coimbatore. I was taking a Vedanta course there for brahmacharis. I experienced a very interesting and very revealing fight there. Where, Swamiji? In ashram only. I experienced a very nice fight. See, there is a old age, there is a vanaprastha there, and two ammas there got into an argument. Old people. They got into argument. And the argument flared up. Of course, they didn't beat up on all those things. But you see, fighting is such a strenuous thing, you see. And those two people got into fight and whatever be the, I'm not going to tell what reason at all, but they fought. See, human beings fight, no? Animals also fight. So, what? And when the fight reached the ultimate climax, see, I couldn't stop them, because they wanted to fight. What can you do about it? You just pavam, you look this. And when it reached the climax, I was wondering what's going to happen. One lady suddenly stopped and smiled. She became quiet, went back to her room, drank some water, sat down. So I went to her. I said, Amma. She smiled. The whole, body was vibrating and all those things. Vibration? What do you call that? Shivering, huh? You know what vibration for body. Body was shivering and the eyes were red, blazing hot. Suddenly everything became calm. I said, Amma, how are you? I'm fine, Swamiji, I'm fine. What happened? Swamiji, I understood that my prarabdha is coming through her. She is not a problem. My prarabdha is problem. Nobody gives you joy and sorrow. Prarabdha gives joy and sorrow. Remember that. Never find fault with anybody. Your own prarabdha comes as your own problems. Others are only instrument. And wonder of wonder, she said, Swamiji, I am very thankful to her. I said, how, Amma? Did you not say in the class that punya and papa are prarabdha coming as joy and sorrow? One prarabdha of mine got over today. What I want to say is that prarabdha only wakes you up and gives you the body to identify with, and then you experience the world of joy and sorrow. So the identification with body is actually coming by what? Because the body is manifesting to you because of karma. And therefore, karmaja, born out of karma. Clear? Sahajam, karmajam. So, okay, sahajam over, karmajam. What is karmajam? Identification of the ahankāra with the body. Now, what is the third one? The identification with the consciousness. Consciousness is not identifying with the ahankāra. Remember, careful, watch, subtle point. Consciousness is not identifying with ahankāra. Poor consciousness. It has no thoughts to identify. To identify, you need to have thought, you need to have ignorance. Consciousness does not have any of these things. But the ahankāra somehow imagines. Ignorantly imagines. Why somehow? When we know the cause, why should we say somehow? Ignorantly imagines itself to be the self. It is only reflection of self. In the words of Pujya Gurudev, it is only small I, not capital I. Gurudev used to bring this distinction. Small I, big I. I don't think capital I, big I, he used to say. The small I. This ahankāra is only small I with the reflection in it. But this ahankāra thinks, I am the self. That's how we go about, no? We go about what? Advayananda is me. Arey, Advayananda is not you. Advayananda is just your namesake. Who are you in truth? You are the consciousness. This the ahankāra misses. Why does it miss? Because of bhrānti. Very interesting. In some languages, liquor is called bhrānti. Have you? In English, I think, no? In English or some other language. In Tamil and all, they call bhrānti. Bhrānti for... I think Malayalam also? Is there. Bhrānti. So, drunk by the bhrānti, the ahankāra thinks, once you drink, then you think this and that about you. This ahankāra, the stupid fellow, thinks what? I am the self. Bhrāntijam. Bhrānti janyam. Bhrāntya eva jayate. Because of delusion alone, this relationship arises. Right? Now, please let us now again revise. What are we talking about? We are talking of ahankāra's relationship with three. What are the three? Cicchāyā-deha-sākshibhih. Translate into English, reflection of consciousness, body and self. Consciousness, sakshi, chit, whatever you say. Now, what are these three termed as? Number 1, sahajam. Number 2, karmajam. Number 3, bhrāntijam. Sahajam means what? Natural. This ahankāra is born with that identification, with reflection of consciousness. Karmajam means what? Initiated by karma, which produce the gross experiences. Initiated by karma, which produces subtle experiences, is dream. Initiated by karma, which produces the gross experiences, waking state. So the body comes in waking state. The prarabdha karma manifests the body in the waking state. Birth also. It manifests at birth and then it manifests this body for waking state. So karmajam. And third is what? Bhrāntijam. What is bhrāntijam? Identification with the ahankāra with the consciousness born out of delusion. Swamiji, all this analysis is fine, but why are you analyzing all those things? In order to help you understand what can go and what cannot go. And how it goes. Okay, now let's go to the next verse.
Sambandhinoh sator nāsti.
Sambandhinoh sator nāsti.
Nivrittih sahajasya tu. Karma-kshayāt prabodhāc. Nivartete kramād ubhe. Sambandhinoh sator nāsti. Nivrittih sahajasya tu. Karma-kshayāt prabodhāc. Nivartete kramād ubhe.
See how he develops a thought, huh? How did he develop the thought? Mental stuff, illumined by consciousness. Mental stuff, twofold. Ahankriti, one, and rest is karana. Now, then he focus on ahankriti. This ahankriti has got connection with three. Alright? Now, after establishing and giving their names also, sahajam, karmajam, bhrāntijam, he analyzes how they can be resolved. How these relationships can come to an end. Okay? First, sambandhinoh satoh nāsti nivrittih sahajasya tu. Tu is to indicate the difference. That sahaja is a very unique thing. What is sahaja? Is a connection between ahankāra and cicchāyā, reflection of consciousness, because of which you have this I am, that I thought you have, is it not? There what happens, that's sahaja in that, sambandhinoh satoho, because they are always connected. Sambandhinoh means what? Associated. Both of them are ever associated. Sambandhinoh satoho. Satoho means what? Sat, to exist. Satoho, being existing. Since the relationship between these two, what two? Aham-vritti and cicchāyā. Ahankriti and cicchāyā, since they are ever connected, they are ever united, they are naturally united. They don't have time lag to connect with each other. They are just with each other. They are inextricably united. And since they are thus ever united, ever associated, sahajasya for sahaja, but for sahaja, nivrittih na asti. You can't remove these two from each other. Accept it. Accept it means what? The I thought will always have the I. The aham-vritti will always have its object, I. Swamiji, what is this, Swamiji? I thought will always have I. So what a big deal. I thought will always have I. No. You see, thought can be disassociated from something and associated to something. That is the beauty of thought. Is it not? Now I see this spectacle case. Right? So I have a spectacle case thought. Which means what? Thought having the object of spectacle case is spectacle case thought. Now, I have the thought of this plate with me, in front of me. Now what has happened? Thought has disassociated with spectacle case and thought has become associated with a plate. This disassociation is the beauty of thought. But in I thought, it can never disassociate from I. And this I thought is a basis of all other thoughts. It's a permanent shruti. Shruti, when they play music and all, no background they have. Tanpura. It's a permanent tanpura. It's a permanent thought. On a road, bus goes. Is it not? Or car goes. Anything goes on a road. This I thought is the road on which every thought goes. And this I thought is called as aham-vritti. And all other thoughts are called as idam-vritti. I thought, this thought. Idam is this. This is any object. This does not mean this or that. This does not mean rope, or this does not mean car, or this does not mean sky, this does not mean body. This can be anything. But I thought continues as a background. And this I thought always has got I as the object. This thought changes. Now I see you. Now I see her. Changed. Thought changed. But even when I see you, I remains. I thought is there. Even when I see you, I thought remains. You both have changed. This has changed. I thought has not changed. I thought is a steady background of cosmic rays. What, Swamiji, suddenly you said something? See, so many, in the rays and all are there, light rays, sound waves, etc. are there. But background is a cosmic. That doesn't go. That cosmic ray is there. In the background of that, every other light and sound and electromagnetic and this and that happens. But the basic background of this cosmos is this cosmic rays. That's why they call cosmic rays, it seems. Swamiji, two complex examples, Swamiji. Okay. I gave you another example. Road. On top of it, the vehicles. Vehicles change. Road doesn't change. So this I thought ever has the object I. Never gives up the I. It is natural to it. Yes, it is natural to it because mind to become enlivened, the reflection of consciousness should fall. And this I thought has got that reflection of consciousness in it. And that can never go away. It will be there. It will be there does not mean I thought does not go away. It only means when the I thought is there, the connection with that reflection of consciousness, that small I, will be there. Nobody says I thought will not go away. Is it not? I thought goes away in deep sleep. Yes. It ends. But when the I thought comes, it will be associated with the reflection of consciousness. So, sambandhinoh satoh, as long as these sambandhins, as long as these relateds are there, the relation will be there. That is the meaning of this. Sambandhinoh satoh means what? As long as the relateds are there, the relation will be there. And when will the related not be there? Example I gave you. Deep sleep. But the moment the I thought arises, that reflection of consciousness in it will be there. That connection will be there. Sambandhinoh satoh sahajasya tu nivrittih nāsti. Yes, followed? Swamiji, please say in one line what you said. When the I thought arises, its association with the reflection of consciousness will be there. It cannot be separated. Like how the red hot iron ball, the fire and iron cannot be separated like that. But then, the second one, what is the second one? The second one is born from karmajam, is it not? And therefore, when will it cease? Born from karma. When the karma goes back, goes to abeyance, or that karma is over. Both. Either it should go to abeyance. Abeyance means what? It goes to sometime quietude. Momentary stalling. Momentary quietude. Momentary. It is waiting to come back. But for some time it is quiet. Or that karma which manifests that body, that is totally over. Either of the two ways. But because it is born from karma, it is sustained by karma. And when the karma ceases, this also ceases. Swamiji, tell practically. Ahankara's connection with the body will go for abeyance when the karma which brings the gross body and the gross world goes to abeyance. When? One example is sleep. Can you give me some other example? Abeyance we are talking. Not to end. Abeyance. Abeyance means partially for some time it is not functioning. Swooning. Good. Second example. So first example is sleep. Second example is swooning. Third example, coma. Meaning all these unconsciousness states. Right? So, sushupti, murcha. So those kind of things. What happens here? Here, in deep sleep also, that karma which brings the gross body up, that recedes. One more. Death has not come still. We're talking of abeyance. In deep sleep also, that karma goes to abeyance. In swooning also, it goes to abeyance. But in death, you know what happens? That karma is exhausted. Then the body we say is dead. In deep sleep we don't say body is dead. In coma or swoon we do not say body is dead. We are unaware. The connection is for a moment snapped. For a moment disconnected. In death what happens? The body itself goes to an end. And therefore the connection there is snapped. You see? One is abeyance, another is nullifying. See, analysis. This is called Ekdam First Class. Beautiful. Sahajam, karmajam. So, sambandhinoh sator nāsti nivrittih sahajasya tu karma-kshayāt. When the prarabdha karma goes away. Then the second one also ends. And what about the third one? What is the third one? The connection of the ahankāra with the pure self. There is no actual connection here. There is only an imagined association. And what is the nature of the imagined association? The nature of the imagined association is I, the ahankāra, am the self. There is a figment of imagination. I, the ahankāra, cannot be the self. Why the ahankāra cannot be the self? Because ahankāra is illumined by consciousness. I am aware of the ahankāra also. Is it not? When somebody, when you say, your words have hurt me, you are aware. Is it not? Your words have hurt me. I don't want to say, but I need to tell you, you should not repeat it again. If you do it again, remember, I will never speak to you. This is my final warning. This is not my final warning, this is the finalist warning. When you say to somebody, then about whom are you telling? You're so much aware that you are hurt, and you are aware this fellow has hurt you again and again so many times, and this is your finalist warning, and you can't take it anymore. About whom are you telling all these things? It is this I, which is not you. Why, Swamiji, this I is not me? This I is part of mind, and that's why you are aware of it. This I is just a thought. And this I is become I now. Yes, this I is inextricably connected. Can anybody tell me any other word other than inextricably? Inseparably, yes, that's a better word. This I is inseparably associated with that small I, with that reflection of consciousness. But the reflection of consciousness which this I is holding in its ambit, which it's holding in its embrace, that reflection of consciousness is only reflection of consciousness. That's not me, the proto, the original. When you stand in front of the mirror, you see your reflection. In fact, your reflection is more clearer than you, is it not? When you stand in front of mirror, what do you see more? What are you aware more? What do you experience more? You or your reflection? You experience your reflection more. But that doesn't make your reflection as you. What you see more clearly need not be true. Yes. So even though they are inseparably associated, what? The I and the I thought and the I in it, the small I, the reflection in it, still that is not me. But I take that to be me, the self. This is out of delusion. And what is born of delusion will end when knowledge dawns. Prabodhāc. Can you see that? Next word. Prabodha. It's a nice name to give to a child also. Prabodha. Prabodha is when Bodha. Bodha is knowledge. Prabodha, when you have crystal clear knowledge. Not the knowledge which comes in the Vedanta class and thereafterwards goes away when you wear your slippers. Not that. That knowledge is permanent. You are convinced. Nothing can shake you from that. Atmavare drashtavya. That drashtavya has happened through Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. That is pra. Pra is prakarsha. Bodha is knowledge. How is the knowledge? It is excellent. Prabodha. And what do you mean by knowledge becoming excellent? Knowledge becomes excellent when you don't have any doubts, which happens through manana, reflection, and when your old tendencies don't hijack your knowledge. Viparita bhavana. Doubt is called samshaya. Sanskrit we call samshaya. And the etymology of the word samshaya is very, very nice. Samyak shete yasmat. Sheta means goes to sleep. What is doubt? Doubt is that because of which knowledge goes to sleep. Samyak shete yasmat. Because of which knowledge goes to sleep. That is called samshaya. Doubt. So doubt has gone. Then what else has gone? Sometimes doubt goes away. You are very clear. But what happens is that because past habits are there, again and again, sometimes you start feeling, all this I understand, but I do not know if it is true. That's a big problem. First of all, understanding takes time. After understanding, you start doubting if it is true. If it is true means what? You understand logically everything, but you wonder whether the whole thing is a big farce. Very big problem. That problem is not solved by more and more thinking. That problem is solved by more and more quietening the mind and just being as the self. Nididhyasana. Why that is coming is because of past habits are so strong. I being the jiva is so strong that even though you are clear, it is not allowing that clarity to get rooted and flower and blossom and fructify. So viparita bhavanas. Viparita bhavana, contrary to what you have understood. Viparita, contrary. Bhavana, thinking. It is a thinking. It's not a fact. So even that has to go away. Then what happens? Prabodha. And when that prabodha comes, when that crystal clear clarity which is backed by purity. So clarity, purity, prabodha. Only clarity, bodha. Only purity, bodha also will not be there. So there should be purity and then you should have clarity. But usually what happens, we say sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha, which means what? 100% pure. Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatkasa, all those lists, we know all those things. So we say purity and clarity. But practically what happens? Some amount of purity, lot of clarity. Then work on purity and make it also 100%. Then that clarity, stabilizes. In this context, I now remember a very nice story told by Jesus Christ. Very interesting story. He says that I am a person, a farmer. He says, somebody asked him, what are you doing? So Jesus Christ. So Christ said, I am like a farmer. I sow seeds. Okay. He used to tell a lot of anecdotes. What are you doing? I'm like a farmer sowing seeds. Okay. Some seeds have fallen on rock. The birds come and they have eaten it away. Some seeds have fallen on dry sand. It has not sprouted. And some seeds have fallen on nice fertile land. I see them sprouting. So we have to decide whether we are rock and we are dry, arid soil or beautiful, fertile soil. Seed has been given. Nobody can say, after listening to Haristuti and all the texts what we have studied, nobody can say knowledge is not there. But problem is where? Soil. The Upanishad beautifully is communicated. Drishyate, tvagraya, buddhya, sukshmaya, sukshmadarshibhih. Drishyate, you will say it. How? Agraya, when your mind has become single-pointed, intellect. And your buddhi and your mind has become sukshma and pure. Sukshmaya, sukshmadarshibhih. So if you got the vision of the subtlety, then you get it. In other place also Upanishad, navirato duscharitat. You have studied everything, but bad conduct, meaning wrong thoughts are not gone. Navirato duscharitat. Shanti is not there in the mind. Shanta manaso vapi. So everything is given, but mind is not pure. Prajnanena yenam napnuyat. Prajnana is given, knowledge is given. Yenam napnuyat. The person will not get. Doubt not the power of knowledge. If you have to doubt, doubt yourself. That's where the problem is. Alright, prabodhāc. So when prabodha comes, what happens? The third sambandha gets shattered, destroyed once for all. What is the third sambandha? The ahankāra claiming itself to be the self. The ahankāra connecting itself with the self as me. Goes up. Okay? Alright. So after thus speaking about the various sambandhas, how it can come to an end, now he moves forward, the author, and explains. Now the focus on ahankāra, is it not? First, what did we say? Ahankāra gets associated with consciousness and becomes inextricably one. This ahankāra associates with the body and then the body becomes sentient. Okay. Now, this ahankāra had three relationships. One is with the reflected consciousness, then is with the body, then is with the pure self. And what are these names? And how they can be put to an end? What can be put to an end? What cannot be put to an end? What goes away automatically? What cannot be put to an end? The connection of the reflection of consciousness with the I. The I thoughts association with the reflection of consciousness cannot be put to an end. Whenever there is aham vritti, it will be there. What automatically goes away, about which you don't have to do anything, is about the connection with the body. Ahankara's connection with the body. You don't have to do anything. It will come, it will go. And what you have to put to an end? You have to put to an end the connection of the ahankara with the pure self. That has to be put to an end. And that has to be put to an end by knowledge. Okay? So in this way, ahankara slowly is expanding. Now he is telling the role of ahankara in the three states of consciousness. What are the three states of consciousness? Waking, dream, deep sleep. How? Next verse.
ahankāra-laye suptau bhaved dehopyachetanah ahankāra-vikāsārdhah supnah sarvastu jāgarah ahankāra-laye suptau bhaved dehopyachetanah ahankāra-vikāsārdhah supnah sarvastu jāgarah.
Ahankāra-laye. Ahankāra-laye. Remember, the mental stuff has got two facets. One is aham vritti, ahankara. Another is the karana. Now our focus is on ahankara so far. This ahankara, when it goes to laya. Laya, when it goes to sleep. When it resolves. Where does the ahankara resolve? The ahankara goes to the karana sharira. Isn't it? Stula sharira, sukshma sharira is mind, intellect, etc. Karana sharira is vasanamaya. Yes? Sure? Is there anybody who has not heard stula sharira, sukshma sharira, karana sharira? Anybody here? Everybody has heard. Okay. In deep sleep, all the thoughts merge into the karana sharira. Ahankara also merges. Ahankāra-laye, when suptau, when you go to sleep. When ahankara goes to sleep, what will happen? Please note what will be the consequences. Ahankara is that which is inextricably, inseparably associated with the reflection of consciousness. Number one. And that consciousness and that I-ness gets communicated to the body. Is it not? Through the ahankara. So ahankara is a conduit to the body. Ahankara is the pipe through which ahankara is a conduit or the pipe through which the water of consciousness moves from consciousness up to the body. Now the tap pipe is closed, the valve is closed. What happens? Dehaha api achetanaha. The ahankara, in deep sleep, what happens? The mind dissolves. Along with the mind, ahankara also dissolves. When the ahankara dissolves, there is no way the reflection of consciousness can go to the body. Is it not? So ahankāra-laye suptau. Suptau in deep sleep. Suptau ahankāra-laye. In the experience of deep sleep, when ahankara has resolved, laya, has gone to sleep, has dissolved, resolved, gone to sleep. In the karana sharira, bhaved dehaha api. Even the body. Even the body. Because ahankara is that conduit. When ahankara is not there, now rest of things what? Will become achetana. The body becomes inert. Experience of all of us? No need further explanation required? Okay. So this is the deep sleep. What happens in deep sleep? In deep sleep, ahankara has become gone to sleep. And everything, entire tamasha comes to stop. And we say, Habba, what a good sleep I had. So much problem the ahankara is creating. When the fellow goes to sleep, everything becomes so quiet. And when does ahankara go to sleep? The prarabdha karma which produces that connection with the body goes to abeyance. But prarabdha karma, one is that it can give gross experience. Another prarabdha karma can also give subtle experiences. Then also we go through joy and sorrow. It is not that only in waking state we go through joy and sorrow. Whenever we experience joy and sorrow, it is the manifestation of punya and papa, prarabdha karma. Karma is punya and papa. From that ocean from that bank of punya papa, a portion manifests in our life, in one life. That is called prarabdha. That portion which manifests in one life is called prarabdha. But that prarabdha, one is that it can give you gross. Gross means physical. Physical means what? What you experience through the senses. In deep sleep, that gross, that prarabdha which gives a physical experience of joy and sorrow is not there. But now some other thing manifests. That is called as dream. And in dream, how is this ahankāra? Ahankāra-vikāsārdhah. This ahankāra is not full power like in waking state. It's not totally sleeping as in deep sleep state. But now it's vikāsa. Vikāsa, it's manifestation. Ardha is what? Partial. It's not a full-fledged manifestation. It's a partial manifestation. Why full-fledged? No. Full-fledged means ahankara will get connected with the body. Then it becomes full-fledged. Why totally no? Ahankara should have gone to sleep in deep sleep. Now this ahankara's connection is only with the mind. Sleep is nothing but mind in expression. Is it not? Mind becomes the entire world. Ahankāra-vikāsārdhah swapnaha. That is swapna. And what is waking state? Sarvastu jagaraha. Ahankara in its full glory and manifestation. Ahankara in its vibhuti. Ahankara vibhuti. Where? Jagaraha. Jagaraha, waking state. See? Everything is based upon this ahankara. In deep sleep, ahankara is resting, thank God. In dream state, ahankara is in partial manifestation. In waking state, ahankara is in full manifestation. Our experience only is being said. It's not a philosophy. It's a presentation of our experience. Okay. Now what? Now what we have to do tomorrow only? So far, the description is about ahankara. Now, see, remember, mind has got this mental stuff, has got two. One is ahankāra, another is karana. So far, ahankāra we saw. What does this karana type of mind do? That's the next one. So after completing the description about the first facet of that mental stuff, antakarana, now we go to the second facet. And what is that? Not the karta, but the karana. What does it do? Okay? Its function. So to summarize, what all does ahankara do? First, ahankara gets the reflection of consciousness, becomes one with it. Step one. Ahankara has got three associations. Association with the reflection of consciousness, association with the body, association with the pure consciousness. And these three are called as what? Sahaja, karmaja, bhrānti. Because it is sahaja, that one cannot be put to an end. Because it is karmaja, you cannot do anything about it. When the karma goes to abeyance or karma ends, it also ends. But bhrānti, because it is born of delusion, you got to do something. What is that? Gain knowledge and put to an end. This ahankara is the one which goes to the waking dream and deep sleep states. In fact, its presence and absence causes a lot of differences in the states. Its absence causes the deep sleep state. Its partial manifestation causes the dream state. Its full manifestation causes the waking state. Ahankara is doing this much. What does the other fellow do? He is watching him doing and resting or what? He is karana to this fellow. Karana means one instrument. This fellow cannot do anything without this fellow cooperating. In what way the karana cooperates with the ahankara? That's the next verse. Okay? Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.